that we don't understand, but I want you to know if you hold on to him, he'll hold on to you. If you trust in the Lord with all your heart, even when you cannot walk, he'll carry you. By the grace of God, he kept me here on earth, even though I tried to commit suicide at age 10. The bullying at my school convinced me that I was a mistake, that I'd never eventuate to anything. Man, what a lie. When you realize it's just the devil, I say just the devil because the devil's nothing compared to Jesus. And when Jesus starts living in you, you realize, oh, it's just the devil. Devil, talk to the foot. And get thee beneath me. You are my foot, what? Stool, man. That's why God gave me a foot. I got 2 toes, peace. And you turn your back on the lies and you come to the truth, and the truth will set you free. You can be poor in your pocket, poor in your bank account, poor in different ways physically, but rich on the inside. The race is not about being perfectly happy and satisfied here, because that's not what we're here to do. Which race have you seen everyone get ready for the race? Right? Like this. I don't do it well, but just imagine. And they're doing this, and you hear a bang, and the gun goes off, and they're like, ah. So how you doing? Yeah, good, yeah. Nice weather today. Yeah. They don't do that. The gun goes off, and bang, and you just go. And you do anything you can to run the race to get first. Let's read this. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, 24. It says, do you not know that those who run in a race all run, but one receives a prize? That's how fast you ought to run. Do you sometimes trip up and get hurt and bleed and sprain an ankle? Yeah. But it's not about being first. Thank God for that. It's not about being first in the race of righteousness. Thank God for that. It's not about being first in a race of generosity. Thank God for that. At the end of the race, God's going to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. When you look at can we get a wider shot of the table here? If this width of the table represents my span from here, beautiful, here to the Bible. Now imagine if we actually sleep 8 hours of the day, 8 hours into 24 hours is a third. In our life, we actually sleep around a third of our life. Then we got this. And then at work, right, we work around 7 or 8 hours a weekday, right? So let's take another approximately a third. And then, you get yourself ready, you go shopping, you do some entertainment, what then? Look how little I've got left. Look. That's a long history already, and I've just been living from here to there. Are the choices you make, and it will determine what race you're running. Don't run for money, drugs, sex, alcohol, pornography, fame, fortune, whatever this world can give you. Don't look at earthly things, because they will all fade away. Listen to this. And everyone who competes for the prize is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a perishable crown, but we for an imperishable crown. I don't need what the world can give me. I want what Jesus wants to give me. 8 years ago, I met a boy, no arms, no legs, in California, just like me. I was 24. He was held above the crowd, and I looked at him, little Daniel, and I got the father to bring him up on stage. He had a little foot, just like me, same side, truly a mini me, all right? And he's sit up here and he's looking up at me, I'm looking down at him, and I can't give him a high five, so I gave him a low two. And everyone cried because it was a miracle. And I told his mom that when he goes to school, I'll come and speak at his school. Well, it was amazing to see my mom hug his mom and my dad hug his dad, and they cry. If I was born without arms and legs, gave my life to Jesus Christ, ran the race that God had for me, but only at the end to go to heaven? I mean, are you serious? Only at the end just to go to heaven? You don't even know what heaven is then if it's just only going to heaven. I go to heaven. I live forever. No sickness, no disease. I see Jesus. I see his pierced hands and his feet. And he died for me. And we're going to be there forever and ever. And the devil's going to be done with. And all the principalities and powers of darkness, there we will live happily ever after. And plus, one day I will be in heaven. And imagine that little boy who's now in heaven, right? At that time, he's still alive, but running to me in heaven with his new legs, me standing on my new legs, him and I hugging each other with our new arms. I can only imagine that we're going to be crying together, and he's going to look me right in the eye and say, Nick, thank you for being my brother to help me to believe that this, called heaven, was real. When you don't get a miracle, you can still be a miracle. What do you think I rather want? One more person to live forever, or have a little bit more money? Money? What do you take with you? Nothing. Nothing. Not your garden, not your car, not your nothing. Just you, your soul. And the encouragement you've planted all around you, hopefully souls to come with you. I can only